Welcome to the Breadwinner Energy Podcast. I'm your host, T. Daniels, wife, mama of 2 girls, multi-business owner, iced coffee connoisseur, and your official bad bitch mentor. Get ready to transform your boring business into a money-making machine by learning how to just be better at being you. No more playing by the rules. It's time to hone in on your gifts, turn up your energy, and make some serious cash. So grab your coffee, your headphones, or just cover your child's ears, and let's dive in. Welcome back to another episode of the Breadwinner Energy Podcast. Hello, friends. I need a huge favor from all of you. Actually, I need 2 favors. The first favor I need from all of you is to rate the podcast and to leave a review. If you guys could, if you've been listening, if you love it, please give me a rating down below and then also a review. It helps to boost my podcast, which I'm going to be putting so much more time and energy into as one of our strategies. But the other favor I need from all of you is I need someone to recommend. If you guys could come over to Instagram at @itstaydaniels_LLC, it'll be down in the show notes. But if you guys could send me a DM with either like an accountant, a bookkeeper, somebody that you guys use, and not someone who just like is, I don't want to say entry level, but I need someone who like knows how to sort expenses for taxes. I have a lawyer who's also a CPA who does our taxes. And I'm currently like in crunch time. I think I have like 1 day basically to redo all of my expenses on my expense sheet, to recategorize them and submit them, even though I filed an extension, but we're at the end. Like we're at the end of the extension and I have to go in and redo all of them because they were not categorized correctly. And I don't want to. I hate tax time. I hate taxes. I hate all of it. Like I hate it with my soul. And last year I was going to, well, actually I hired someone, and it didn't pan out the way that I thought it would. So then when I went through my legal case this year, my attorney who did my trademark stuff is also he also does taxes. So that just worked out. So I ended up hiring him, but he's not a bookkeeper, right? He's not an accountant. He's not going to go through and track my expenses and my profit and my loss every month, every quarter, and help our team stay on track with where we're going. So if you know somebody who's really, really good at their job, who is like in the business, they're integrated in the business to help you with like your profit, your loss, like how much cash is on hand, with also like bookkeeping, accounting, like all of those things, please give me your recommendations. Feel free to even like pitch yourself if you would like. I typically won't tell you guys to just like pitch me, right? Because I get lots of stuff in the DMs regularly. But in this instance, I would love it because I need somebody on my team. That is my next hire because I've got to get this under control. It is like a headache and a half for me every single year. And I just need someone to help me manage it. But let's get into, actually, you know what? Before we get into today's episode, I have one other thing to tell you guys. So I just started a brand new series on my email list, and it's also going to funnel into the podcast, which is from beginner to high earner. And if you're on the email list series, then what is happening is on Mondays, I send out an email for my bold beginners, meaning that you're either new at coaching, maybe you're a service provider, maybe you're transitioning into coaching, or maybe you're just like bold out of the gate. You're just like, I'm straight up starting a coaching business, but you consider yourself a very bold beginner. You have big dreams, you have big goals, you want to be a CEO, you want to have a 6-7 figure business in the future, and you're here to make a lot of impact. I would consider you a bold beginner. Like you are ready to do the thing. You are not holding on to excuses and limiting beliefs. And even though it's really, really scary, you are out here to do big shit, even from the beginning. So Monday, my emails go out to them, and everyone on the email list gets every category. So whether you need to like hone in on those beginning foundations, or you're like maybe in the messy middle, or maybe you're a high earner, like every single email is for you. Then on Tuesday, I send out an email for the podcast. On Wednesday, I send out an email for my soon-to-be 6-figure CEOs who haven't yet reached a 6-figure year, but you're there. Like you are 20 to 50K a year. You are ready to be a 6-figure CEO. You are ready to go after the next level in your business. You are ready for I want to be able to run a business. I don't want to play business owner anymore. I want to know how to run every facet of my business to be a 6-figure CEO. And then I have high earner. So that's on Thursday. And for my high earners, you've made at least 75K, but probably 100K minimum years, and you're going to multi six-figure years. So if you're a bold beginner, I would highly suggest starting with Offer Bootcamp. It is now going to be moved into a 12-month group coaching program, hands-on weekly coaching, bi-weekly coaching with me, where we're going to help you build your signature group coaching program. So again, whether you're a service provider and you're moving into coaching, or you are a coach, this program is for you. The reason I start with group coaching with all of my people is because your high ticket signature offer is the core of your business. And I talked about this on previous episodes. So if you haven't listened, go back and listen to the last 2 or 3 episodes before this. And I'm covering why you should do high ticket and why you should have a high ticket signature offer, because it is the core of your business. So if you're a bold beginner, start with Offer Bootcamp. It's 6 months long. It's a 5K investment. It is worth every single penny to know how to build any offer, to know how to charge high ticket, to know how to use this as the core of your business. And then you're going to master messaging, you're going to master launching, and you're going to master content. So this is like step 1 of getting clients and making money in your business is your signature offer, marketing, messaging, and content. Like if you can master that in the very beginning, you can start signing clients and making money. So that's why it's for my bold beginners. The next thing is for my soon-to-be 6-figure CEOs. The best program I have for you is Coach School. You have to get on the wait list. The doors will open in Q1 of next year. So in a couple months, we're going to reopen the doors for Coach School. It's a 12-month coaching program, and this one's very, very hands-on. We talk about your life first business model. We talk about your schedule. We talk about your goals. We talk about your offers and your offer suite and how you can have a low ticket offer, medium, high ticket. We talk about upselling and downselling. And then we also talk about all of your strategies for non-social selling. And so what this is we talk about all the ways to get leads in your business, and then we fine tune your own lead gen strategy. So I'm breaking down like how to do collaborations, where to find them, how to pitch for them, how to get on people's podcasts, how to get in front of new audiences, how to guest coach, all the ways to get leads in your business consistently. And then we talk about sales and marketing. So content is the piece that we do for marketing. We talk about podcasting, Pinterest, blogging, social media content, and then we talk about sales. So either applications, sales calls, or closing in the DMs. So this is like a full program for every facet of your business to get to 6 figures. And then for my high earners, today's episode is for you. And for high earners, what we have is our mastermind. So again, you're already probably at 100K years, but you're ready to go to multi 6 figures. And now this is the thing about my mastermind is we're doing 8 spots, and it starts in January. We already have filled 2 of those 8 spots. And it's going to be a 9-month long mastermind. So it's going to start in January. It's going to roughly end in August. And then we are going to it's going to end in September. And then we are going to help you go to multi 6 figures. Now, the thing about this mastermind is that for a lot of my mastermind women already, they have services. They have one-to-one, they've done for you, they have consulting, they have agencies, but they want to either take less one-to-one clients or very high ticket luxury one-to-one clients. And then they want to be able to scale other parts of their business. So adding in more passive courses, memberships, coaching offers, but they really want to go to multi 6 figures with their like own project. So a lot of them have like side passion projects or things that they're really excited about, or they want to start speaking or writing a book or opening a nonprofit, and they're like ready for this next level in their business. So the mastermind applications are currently open, and they will close November 16th. So you have literally 1 month to get your application in and join for the mastermind. As soon as you apply and you're approved and you pay, you're going to get access to Offer Bootcamp. You're going to get immediate access to Coach School. You're going to get immediate access to our pre-mastermind. So right now I'm running the pre-mastermind. It started over the summer. We have 3 women in it already. And the pre-mastermind is we're talking about embodying your next level, embodying this new version of yourself. So we're really unpacking here a lot of like money wounds and childhood wounds and all the things that are blocking you from your next level. We're like really, really going deep here. And then in January for the rest of the year, we're honing in on like your strategy. We're going to kick off with a virtual workshop, like an all-day workshop together. And we're going to break down every area of a multi 6-figure business and how to plan it. And then for the next 9 months, we're going to coach on strategically building that out. With the mastermind, it is group. It is small group. It's very intimate coaching. And also it's one-to-one. So you get one-to-one sessions with me. If you pay in full, you get 6 one-to-one sessions with me, or you get a VIP day and it's a full day together. You get to choose. Payment plan gets 3 one-to-one calls with me, as well as the group calls. And we have one-to-one coaching in Slack every single week. So today's podcast is for my high earners specifically, and it's the 3 things that you have to master to get to multi-6 figures. And I've broken it down into 3 categories to be able to decide like where in my business or where in my life or where in my mindset do I need to shift things in order to have a multi-6 figure year. So the first part of the 3 things you need, number 1, is the scalability of your business model. So for example, in the next 12 months, I want our business to hit at least $500K cash. I want to bring in a $500K cash year. So what this looks like is our business is planning for the scalability of $1.1 million. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I broke this down. So what I looked at is all of my offers, okay? My 3 core offers that I just told you guys about, not including my membership. So I do have a membership. My membership is for all levels, whether you're a bold beginner or a high earner. I am doing weekly pep talks in there, voice note pep talks, typed out pep talks. There's a place for Q&A. You can ask questions. There's guest experts, and there's a place to network and collaborate with other people in the group. That's why it's all levels, because you never know who you might want to hire or collab with or do a podcast with or whatever. So I'm not including my membership in the scalability of my business. I'm using my membership as a place to build my community, and then that will feed into my offers, okay? So the current scalability of my business at $1.1 million doesn't include membership or any low ticket pop-up offers I decide to do, right? This is just my 3 core offers. What is the scalability of them? So Offer Bootcamp, we decided that the scalability of Offer Bootcamp right now, as is, would be 100 members a year. Now, with 100 members per year, I would probably hire an assistant co-coach. So that would have to change in order to hit that $1.1 million a year, is that would change. So that offer is open all year round. People can enroll 24/7. And if we were to hit 100 members, we would hit $500K cash in that offer if everyone paid in full. If they did payment plan, obviously there's going to be a little bit more money there, but we're just going to like shoot for the low end. But that's the scalability of Offer Bootcamp right now, is 100 members could go through the process. They could go through the modules and the course. They could learn it on their own. They could come and get coaching, and I would be able to deliver that coaching. However, again, after probably 50 members, I would more than likely bring in a co-coach. So we could say the scalability is only 50 members with what we have right now, or we could say I am willing to put it to 100 members with knowing that I would hire someone. And I already have 2 people that have co-coached for me before, and I know I could bring into this offer. The next offer I have is Coach School. Coach School is a $10,000 investment for the year. And the scalability of Coach School is 45 members for the year. I've had 45 members before in a year. I was able to coach them without team. I have Courtney, my OBM/assistant/manager. She takes care of all the tech. So if not only does she help take care of like our back end tech for students, but she also takes care of like all the admin. She teaches tech or answers any technical questions all of our students have. So as far as like the coaching goes, for me to be able to deliver the hands-on coaching every week to students in this program, I can only do 45 students per year. After that, I would either need to change the features in the program, or I would need to add team. And I don't really want to do that at this point. So for the scalability of Coach School, 45 members a year feels good. It feels doable. And 45 members a year on pay in full at a $10,000 investment would be $450,000. Now, we're only going to open the Coach School 3 times a year, maybe 4, but really I'm only shooting for 3 times a year. So if we only open it 3 times a year and we're going to take 45 people, that means we need 15? Yeah, 15 spots per round. So 15 spots in Q1, 15 spots in Q2, 15 spots in Q3 would be 45. So that's the scalability rate of that offer. My last offer is my mastermind, which is $15K investment right now. It's 9 months and we're only opening it one time per year. We're for this first round, so for 2025, so we're selling it in 2024, but we're going to run it in 2025. So then when I sell it in 2025, then it will be ran for 2026. So at the end of 2025, I will open doors again for 10 people, and 10 people at 150K. I'm sorry, 10 people at 15K is 150K. So that is the scalability of my 3 core offers. So then we want to take $150,000 plus $450,000 plus $500,000. That equals $1.1 million. Okay. So our goal for 2025, I just told you, is 500K cash, but I'm planning for a $1.1 million year because I know that I will probably miss the mark. Like if I plan for 500 and that's like what I'm shooting for, I always plan for more than that, right? But the way that I decided what was the number I was going to choose was the scalability rate of all 3 offers. So all 3 offers combined, the maximum amount of students I can put in each container at the current price without changing pretty much any of my business model, without literally like little to nothing changing, is $1.1 million, okay? So then I have to go to, okay, how many clients would that be? That would be 155 clients, right? 155 clients for the year. And then I also need to know my conversion rate, like how many people do I convert per year, or what is my conversion rate per event? I average a 20% conversion rate, but I calculated a 10% conversion rate, again, because I'm overshooting myself. So if we want 155 clients, if I were to convert at 10%, we needed 1,550 leads in my business. That was a 10% conversion rate. And if we did a 20% conversion rate, which is our typical, we would only need 775 leads per year. So I am shooting for 1,550 leads a year in hopes that I will convert at 10%, which would then be 155 clients, which would then hit at least a 500K year, if not a $1.1 million year. That was how I calculated the scalability of my current business model. Okay. So then the next piece of this is your systems and your strategies. So you have to know, like for me, is if I want 1,550 leads, is where am I going to get 1,550 leads? Do I have those processes, those systems, those strategies in place to make this number a realistic goal? So that means I need about 130 leads a month, and we already average somewhere between 50 and 500 leads a month, depending on what we do, right? If I'm doing a live event, in-person event, if I'm public speaking, if I'm on podcasts, if I am doing bundles, summits, collabs, which is typically our like go-to strategies, I will almost always get at least 100, if not 150, if not 200 plus leads in my business per month, typically, right? That is what we usually get in our business. So we can say that 130 leads a month is actually pretty doable for the current systems and strategies we've put in place. Now we're testing 3 strategies. And when I say testing, I usually test anywhere from 6 months to like 2 years on a strategy before I say, okay, I know it works. I know how it works. I've fine-tuned it. It's good to go. That usually takes me about 6 months to 2 years to say I've done that, okay? So then what you want to do is making sure that every piece of your strategy is fitting together like a puzzle piece, right? So you need to know your numbers. You need to know your data. You need to know your goals. You need to know your overshoot. You need to know your scalability rate. You need to know if you have systems in place. Do you have team in place? Because I could not have planned for a $1.1 million business. Number 1, I needed scalable offers. Number 2, I needed team and systems in place. Number 3, I needed strategies in place. And number 4, I needed to be a completely different person in order for that to even be possible for my business, right? Where now I've put a lot of that in place. I took about 2 years, me and Courtney, my OBM, my tech person, my manager, she's incredible. Her and I have spent the last 2 years really, really intentionally building my business from a place of systems and scalability and offers that make sense and a business model that makes sense and the back end makes sense and everything runs together seamlessly in order to scale, right? So we spent intentional time doing that. We also spent intentional time working through different strategies and deciding like, oh, this really works and this is how we can fit it into the business. And then after her and I have tested strategies, after her and I have tested different pieces of this business, then we say, okay, now we can bring in a hire to help us manage or run it. So for instance, right now we've been testing Pinterest for over a year. We have gotten to the point where we semi understand like what this process would look like. And then if we were to hire a Pinterest manager, we would understand what we would want the Pinterest manager to do. But then once that Pinterest manager brought us leads, we would know what to do with those leads. See, I don't believe in like bringing in hires or different people into your business until you have other pieces in place, right? Sure, a Pinterest manager could be great to help you with your pins, to help you with lead generation. But once you get those leads, if you don't have a process of what to do with them and you don't know your conversion rates and you don't have clear systems and funnels and you don't have clear offers and those offers aren't scalable, hiring a Pinterest manager is not a good use of your time and resources. So that is why I'm a firm believer in like getting all of your pieces put in place with maybe having like one team member who's really, really good. Like Courtney's my unicorn. She's helped me do all the things and test and tweak before we start to bring in, okay, let's time for a PR person. Okay, it's time for a Pinterest manager. Okay, it's time for a social media manager or whatever those pieces look like. But we have to test first. We have to know, does our systems convert organically? I also say this about ads. We're testing ads right now. I don't even want to say that because like I'm very, very resistant to what we're doing with ads, but I am testing and dabbling, which is not a good way to test because you shouldn't dabble. You should just decide and then do it. However, I'm a firm believer that if you're going to run ads, you have to know what you're going to do with those leads. Like, okay, you put out the ad, it pumps leads into your email list, your freebie, whatever. But then if you don't have a good funnel, if you don't have a good conversion rate, if you aren't converting clients, if you don't have a signature method, if you don't have a signature process, if you don't have a signature offer and your messaging isn't fine tuned, those leads are just going to sit there and then you paid for leads that you don't know how to convert. So this is why you have to have these pieces of your business model built first before we talk about scaling. And then the third thing that you have to is you have to be ready for a multi-six-figure business. Like your personality, your childhood wounds, your fears, this next level of who you're becoming will be what you take on this process with you. Because the thing about it is when I would say even like 5 years ago, I was like, I'm ready for $1 million business. And then between that 5 years and today, I was 1000% not ready for $1 million business. Not only was my business model not scalable, not only was my systems and strategies not in place whatsoever, but the third thing is that I was not ready mentally, emotionally. I had a lot to learn about finances, about taxes. As you guys know, I just told you in the beginning of this episode, I had a lot to learn about myself as a business owner, the way that I hire, the way that I run my team, the way that I operate my business. I also had a lot to learn about my insecurities. I also had a lot to learn about like how I show up as a coach. I had a lot to learn maturity wise in my business as like, how am I making decisions and how fast am I just willing to change something versus like just barely tweak it or leave it alone and give it time. Like there were so many things I had to learn to become this next level me in order to get to where I'm at today. And then there's also going to be things I have to learn to get to 500K, 750, $1 million me, right? And I'm like a firm believer that these are the three pieces that you have to hone in on in order to hit multi six figures or 7 and sustain it. I think that yes, maybe you could hit it one time out of like maybe you struck luck one year and I say that very loosely because obviously like you don't just get lucky, but I think like there could be an opportunity that landed in your lap that ended up bringing you a lot of people and you ended up hitting $1 million a year. But do you know how to sustain it? Do you know how to hit multi six figures over and over and over again every single year because you're very, very clear on your business model and the scalability and your systems and your strategies and always knowing how to get leads in the door, convert them. You're willing to test things. You're willing to be patient and give things time. So this is everything we're going to be covering inside of the Breadwinner Energy Mastermind. It's 9 months, but obviously if you apply and join, you get immediate access. So really you get like almost a year inside the mastermind if you join now. So as soon as you guys apply, you get approved, you'll get immediate access into Coach School Offer Bootcamp and Embody the pre-mastermind. And then in January, we will kick off officially where you're going to create a high earning business model. You're going to lead your legacy. You're going to scale your business. You're going to fully step into this like next level CEO self. Okay. You are going to finally have a business that you know how to run and lead, that's creating your purpose, that's leaving your legacy. And it's also going to be easier. It's going to flow. And when you go into your next year, you prepare for this next year. So you go through this mastermind in 2025 and you end 2025 knowing in 2026, I'm already going to be at a multi-six-figure year because you have all these pieces in place. So then every time you go into a new year, you're already at the multi-six-figure level, and it's like we're just stacking on top of that. So here's what we're going to do together. We're going to lead with purpose. You're going to become your next level self. You are going to move away from all the work that you are doing, maybe one-to-one, consulting, done for you, and you're going to create something bigger. Maybe you'll still take on some luxury clients, some one-to-one projects that you really, really love. Maybe you'll move into an agency model. Maybe you will have a full team. Maybe you'll just have one or two people on your team. This is completely up to you, but it's going to depend on what is your passion, what is your purpose, what are you moving to. You're going to pivot and align your business for more freedom. Just like I said, you're going to stop taking on a lot of that one-to-one client work, and you're going to move into a scalable business model that gives you more free time. You're going to embody your next level self and identity. You're going to become that next level of you who's ready to take on this next level in your business. You're going to use your time better. You're going to scale faster, and you're going to build a legacy that makes a lot of impact. And we're going to do that with creating the scalability of your business model, cleaning up or creating systems and strategies that get you to the next level, and then becoming your next level self. Okay. Every month you'll have 2 mastermind calls with the group. You'll have weekly Slack coaching. You'll have one-to-one calls with me. You have a monthly content in your portal. You have content through 3 programs, and then we'll have a virtual all-day retreat. We'll kick off our 9 months together. Okay. Applications are below. Apply right now. Applications close in 1 month. I cannot wait to see who joins this group. I'm so excited. As always, thank you so much for listening, and I will chat with you on the next episode.